Would you go on a blind date at a football match to help your favorite club harvest your data? That's just one of the questions to ask yourself while reading today's CRO ticker. Here are three more big ideas to keep in mind inside today's edition. The experiential upsell. Aramark is turning concessions into viral stunts with the 999 challenge and $39 collectible Lobstah Boats, proving that fans will pay a premium when food is marketed as a game day event rather than just a snack. Liquidity as a talent service. New investment vehicles are treating guaranteed sports and music contracts as tradable assets, providing superstars with upfront capital to fund their own business empires. The SaaS vibe code rebellion. Major enterprises are freezing $200 million vendor contracts in favor of custom-built AI agents, effectively turning complex legacy applications into background databases to save on subscription bloat. Keep listening for Disney's $1.5 million 30-second spots, Hyundai's Jersey Patch sponsorship strategy, and why PE firms are hunting for operational co-pilot CFOs. Marketing wins and marketing fits. Disney has successfully secured record-breaking advertising rates for the NCAA women's basketball tournament, according to Adweek's Bill Bradley, who reports the company revealed that 30-second spots for the national championship game on ABC have commanded as much as $1.5 million, marking a new unit high for the property. To contextualize the commercial trajectory, Disney Advertising SVP of Sports Brand Solutions Danielle Brown notes that regular season revenue jumped 72%, while tournament revenue spiked 134% compared to just 2 years ago. The 2026 postseason will feature 151 unique advertisers, including major placements from Capital One, Intuit TurboTax, Coca-Cola, and AT&T, with streaming and programmatic access allowing brands of all sizes to buy into the inventory. With a recent WPP media report estimating that overall investment in women's sports is up nearly 70% year-over-year to $127 million, Brown emphasizes that advertisers are seeing tangible returns on their premium investments. The audience is really big in terms of our conversations in the marketplace, and then we're seeing that effectiveness on the back end. We're seeing these games drive search results and drive impact and conversion. Former Endeavor Executive Chairman Patrick Whitesell and CFO Jason Lublin, who in a previous life was president of IMG College, have invested in Working Capital Partners, WCP, a newly founded firm that transforms the guaranteed future earnings of athletes and musicians into immediately investable upfront capital. The Series A investment was executed through WTSL, a media and sports investment vehicle established by Whitesell following his $100 million exit payout during Silver Lake's 2024 buyout of Endeavor, backed by an additional $250 million commitment from the private equity giant. Bloomberg's Randall Williams reports the financing firm aims to monetize guaranteed player contracts in MLB and the NBA, while also offering a lucrative alternative for musical artists who might otherwise sell their entire song catalogs. To explain the strategic vision behind providing immediate liquidity to modern superstars, Lublin detailed how the changing landscape of talent empowerment demands sophisticated financial backing. Athletes are increasingly taking control of their careers and financial futures, and that shift requires a new kind of capital partner. We see WCP as the financial engine behind that evolution, bringing institutional capital and structure to a market that hasn't historically had it. Aramark Sports Plus Entertainment is launching a viral 999 challenge across 6 MLB stadiums this season, offering fans a combo of 9 mini hot dogs and 9 4-ounce beers for between $50 and $65, according to SBJ's David Broughton. The concessionaire successfully tested the limited-time promotion during the Philadelphia Phillies playoff run last fall and has enlisted competitive eating legend Joey Chestnut to market the rollout at venues like Citi Field, Coors Field, and Oracle Park. To further maximize per capita spending, Aramark VP of Design and Development Alicia Woznicki says the company is aggressively expanding premium menu items like a $39 lobster poutine at Fenway Park that comes packaged in a collectible New England fisherman's boat. Woznicki on how unique physical items directly elevate the modern fan experience and drive in-stadium revenue. We've seen it in the movie theater industry, and I think we're going to see this continue to grow in sports. It's really about making the food more a part of the game day experience. Managing in the age of AI and private equity. The demand for financial executives at the roughly 21K private equity-backed companies in the U.S. has reached record levels following a year where firms executed over 9,000 transactions valued at more than $1.2 trillion, according to Cherry Bekaert. CFO Bruce Vincent Ryan notes that while large corporate roles often provide abundant resources and structured predictability, private equity-backed organizations require leaders capable of navigating ambiguous, compressed timelines to drive immediate value creation. To satisfy search committees, recruiters like Mark Jansen of Frederick Fox note candidates must act as operational co-pilots with advanced AI experience, maintain the discipline to challenge visionary CEOs, and keep the company's data room continuously prepped for a rapid exit transaction. Resource Management Group partner Matt O'Brien on the intensity of the modern financial recruitment landscape. The CFO search market right now is the most competitive I've seen in my 25 years in executive search, especially in the private equity world. The CFOs who really drive value in private equity-backed businesses aren't typically looking for their next role. They're busy building companies, and they're very selective about the conversations they take. Major corporations are utilizing the current artificial intelligence boom to vibe code, custom applications, and negotiate better contracts rather than entirely abandoning legacy software vendors like Salesforce, SAP, and Workday, the Wall Street Journal's Bell Lynn reports. Executives at organizations like FedEx and Grant Thornton note that while core enterprise resource planning systems remain necessary to handle complex regulatory and geographic requirements, AI agents are increasingly being deployed to build internal tools and bypass costly vendor upgrades. This internal development shift is already generating significant capital retention, with Cisco Systems EVP of Operations Timaya Sabaya revealing the company recently replaced a presentation tool with its own AI agent to save nearly $5 million annually, and is currently targeting other vendors that charge between $50 million and $200 million in yearly subscription fees. Sabaya says of the impending transition toward fully automated workflows, you need to look at all the applications that you're using and say, which one of these can become automated workflows where we don't need this application anymore? You don't need an application anymore because an application just becomes part of the agent database. A recent audience poll conducted by Revenue Brew reveals 40% of sales professionals cite pricing and budget conversations as the primary reason commercial deals stall. While a recent report from Gong indicates that revenue teams utilizing artificial intelligence are 65% more likely to increase win rates and generate 77% more revenue per representative, Revenue Brew's Layla Ilchi notes organizations are still struggling to find the optimal balance between automated efficiency and the necessary human touch. The survey highlighted that the most underrated aspects of finalizing an agreement, such as navigating a buyer's internal politics, 33%, and executing strategic follow-ups, 27%, remain heavily reliant on traditional interpersonal skills rather than digital intervention. As such, Ilchi highlights the dangers of adopting a chaotic, unstructured approach in the shifting commercial landscape. AI isn't killing sales. It's killing the way sales used to be done. The problem is nobody's sure which changes are going to be stickiest. This might encourage a scattergun approach to deployment, throwing everything at the wall and hoping for the best. From what we've learned at Revenue Brew, this way leads to confusion, chaos, and, worse yet, slop. First movers and first-party data. NBA President of Global Business Development Amy Brooks shares what's on her mind with SBJ. Throughout my career, I've tried to innovate around the fan experience, and so that continues to be important to me. I'm excited about this time with AI. And if you talk to the top AI companies, the killer use cases are three things. It's health, it's education, and it's planning. And so our industry falls into planning. And so I see this world in the future. I can't wait till it comes and companies out there that can help us get there, great. But I see this world where I want to buy these tickets. It's an agent that incorporates my own calendar, my kid's schedule, which is crazy, what I usually go to, what price point I usually pay. It spits out 4 strength options. I press a button, I buy it, and I go. And so I'm really excited about that. Hyundai has secured a 5-year jersey patch sponsorship with the NWSL's newest expansion franchise, Boston Legacy FC, following the team's record-setting debut crowd of more than 30K fans, according to Marketing Brew's Alyssa Myers. Rather than waiting for the club to establish an on-field track record, the automaker aggressively pursued the partnership to integrate its brand into the rabid local sports market and capitalize on inevitable future rivalries against reigning champion Gotham FC. Hyundai Motor America CMO Sean Gilpin on the unique authenticity of entering the market on the ground floor. We don't want to replace someone else's jersey patch. To be a founding partner is a unique opportunity to really have credibility in the relationship with the fans. Gilpin adds, viewership and, all season long, people passionately following this team is what it's all about. Playing a New York team is going to drive engagement within the Boston market, and I think that's where rivalries are important. Certain matchups drive viewership across the country, and we think that there's a great story in the making here with this team. The Ottawa Senators are actively implementing restrictive ticketing policies to prevent rival fan bases from taking over the Canadian Tire Centre during marquee matchups against the Montreal Canadiens and Toronto Maple Leafs, according to The Athletic's Julian McKenzie. To combat the lucrative secondary market that incentivizes locals to flip their seats for a profit, the franchise recently offered season ticket holders additional tickets to high-demand rivalry games with the strict caveat that they cannot be sold or transferred. Sens President Cyril Leader and VP of Marketing Peter Shire are also exploring the development of a home fan-exclusive arena section for next season to restore a genuine home ice advantage for the small market club. While dynamic pricing models push minimum get-in prices as high as $139 Canadian dollars for premium opponents compared to just $46 for standard games, Shire tells McKenzie, "We know people are under economic pressures. So, we're hoping to tap into that sentiment of being a Sens fan. I need to be at these games. My team needs me at those games." FanBuzz's John Newby reports NASCAR has significantly expanded its internal content team to produce cinematic, pop culture-infused social media campaigns designed to modernize the sport's digital presence. Led by VP of Brand Content Jess Smith and Director of Social Content Tori Fox, the revamped creative unit recently partnered with production agency Concept 80 to execute high-end promotional shoots, including a Grand Theft Auto-themed video for Homestead Miami Speedway. To explain the overarching philosophy driving the heavy investment in digital entertainment, Smith says, "I feel very strongly we have some really great personalities in the garage. I think the sport is different than stick and ball. And so from a content strategy perspective, there were a couple things that we decided that we needed to do, and to do it very differently. So the first one was, we need to really double down on our drivers and try to show how to remove the helmet. I think the second piece is, part of the sport is we want to try to be top of mind for people. Motorsports is cool. It's exciting. It's really visceral." English Premier League leader Arsenal has launched an in-house dating show titled The Big Match, exclusively on its official team app to capture valuable first-party fan data. SBJ's James Emmett explains the unique content series sets supporters up on blind dates during matches at Emirates Stadium, providing digital activation inventory for sponsor L'Oreal without relying on player appearances. Alongside the dating show, the revamped app features cultural crossover programming with star players like Bukayo Saka and Martin Odegaard that mirrors the urban aesthetic of the club's successful partnership with Adidas. To explain why top-tier rights holders are transforming their owned and operated apps into comprehensive media studios, Emmett notes, "Adding storytelling verticals creates more sponsorship inventory and, in theory, appeals to a broader range of audiences. The club and the games it plays, the core product, don't have to be the subject matter. It could be the backdrop, the context, the visual identity. It can mean different things to different people, just as long as they're happy to put their details into the official app."